So I get in this weird place where I'm getting lessons and they're happening so fast. They're so basic, simple already in the environment, as I can say it's my body telling me it's gonna play the game. What game's going on? Well, whatever's game is going on is inside of my chest, because I take my head and I have to imagine myself looking inside of it, which I can't physically do. So you do know I do try to imagine it that way. And for a long time, I've had a certain way of doing it. Now, I'm not telling you practices, because they work as a practice, because I don't do any practices. For whatever reason, I'm resistant to need to meditate, do certain things, but I'm not without any benefits of that being some sort of, I've already got access to those powers. Now, what am I saying really is that it's a blue indigo 6 density ability. I already got it going on. I know that. Part of the ability of the 6 density wandering soul, maybe even the person who could be whatever I'm saying I am, because I can't count that to be a fact. It's only where I'm telling you it is a fact, and shouldn't do it. But what I'm telling you from the point of view of someone as an instructor, because while I'm instructing it is me, number one. Because what I'm accounting with video, which I didn't want to be doing, and why I went that way, I almost didn't go, and I had reasons that I would have chose. That's to say, it didn't seem to be anything but a snitch tool, and that would have been enough to say, fuck that, I don't want to use these phones for shit. That's true, I felt that way. I never left that. If anything's going to be spying on me and pretending to be my friend, my fucking phone's going to be the first one. Your fucking phone's going to be that too. That's the world we're living in. So it's only on the odd, continuing educating course that picks right the fuck back up, and I set it down, because now this motherfucking phone gets to sit down and be in class too. Has a name and shit. Are you gonna tell them why this is happening? I'm not gonna take the phone and actually set it down, except I'm giving it to you to be it set down. This is where you have to begin the ritual format of the dance. What are you talking about? School of life is about learning. Whether you call Earth flat, it doesn't make a fuck. So just get over it right now. If you want to be short bust this distance to that, I'm taking you there. No, I don't want to be part of that either. But I find it the most useful way to do it. Now, it's not looking for this that I find this. But it's definitely Magic School Bus. Why? Because exactly where behind you would be. And I got 2 witnesses. This is an abundant source that has been found, and it is through the screen. It's not look away from the screen. It's not fail the screen. It's not don't turn on the news so you don't hear, because we know that we don't need the news to give the news. These are known things. This is where we become a community. This is where I feel I'm comfortable. Now, to fight for that shit, it does require super nominal, super reality, and it fucking does, because I get that. The only reason why I get back what I get is because I need it, and I need it to share. So in this case, let me tell you what appeared. A fucking wheel to a boat. You need to steer your boat? Oh, whoa. You don't have that, you can't do it, right? The old boats have a very specific wheel. We all know what it looks like. At least I can say we do. To be honest, I know that there's a partial break from what should be and could be. But for the case of this, we have to focus on, it's the wheels to the boat that steers a boat. So we're on it. We have that. I saw it. You know who was in front of it? Pete Buttigieg was in front of it. Because I didn't look at him first. I looked behind him, and there's a fucking wheel to a boat. So what the fuck is going on? I think it's funny or something. I think it's great. Well, you needed a wheel. You're using that wheel. Oh, I would seem to be more of where I'm at. So I set my phone down and I continue to explain. Now, the TV in there, it's not going to let you down. Because, you know, I expect that there can only be so much of the clues on a TV show, any one show. I'm also already wrong because I have to base anything I say on thoughts I have to think. I can draw conclusions only based on experiences I've had. If I start to put pressure on myself to get more gold of experience back in the same space, I don't have anywhere to go but inside myself. Now that is dangerous itself. Because if you're going to cage an animal or corner a fucking animal, you already know that what you're doing is going to be that sort of thing. And that's part of what you get when you're learning. You do open yourself to a tunnel. There's a transitory tunnel that occurs that you already would be someone capable of being, that already occurred. So I don't know how to say that happened for you. It's not inappropriate for me to say I don't know it, but I expect it from you, whoever you are. Now that's weird because I experience it first. But I have to use myself as my whole body had responded, is how I knew. I watched the effect it had on me. And I'm having definite chewing sensations on the truth of this matter being true. Well, then, good idea. That is fat from the steak that I'm eating. Very rich flavor. I didn't eat it and swallow it. Some of it I did swallow. And it's the fat. It's in the fat. Chewing it, does it sound stupid to say that? Would I be making videos in the area that I live and doing stuff like eating on the fucking while trying to talk without multitasking? I'm not only multitasking, I'm ahead of it. How ahead? Very fucking ahead. I mean, I shot far up through the tunnel that I'm talking about in advance. Because yesterday it happened. I believe it was yesterday. Now, with the theme that there is a tunnel being created, that this is part of what I have to do and it's part of my experience to be able to do it, and then say that it occurs and it's a gift, is a stretch. It's not only that, but you can't see this. I have in my hands a Castle Dental. It says Castle Dental. Grand opening, Castle Dental and Orthodontics. Now, what you don't see, and you can't see this either, so now you have to take it on faith. And I know that's strange, but trust me, if I didn't bend this one all like an accordion and then stand it back up, I couldn't have that as my verifier. Because I can read it say ortho in two places. Now, leaning onto this larger bottle of ortho at the top in big ass separated format from home defense. And there's my stomach. My stomach's making noises all day. My stomach and your stomach are also part of a information exchange program. Yours can be a little Mexican kid that goes over to China, or it can be a Japanese kid that goes over into Argentina. It doesn't matter. But as long as you shoot that fucking one point of contact to the opposite side of the earth, it's the way to do it. Why? Because look, you are the earth too. Your physical body is you on the earth. Why am I going to go any further than that as a cultural thing? I know that this is being a message that's been sent to me because I know it. It's in a form of a movie. What movie? Wait for it. Total Recall. There's a new Total Recall, and there's some liberties in this movie that's not in the previous movie. Now, I know exactly what they're using in the movie. I noticed it, and I thought it was weird the first time. Now, for me, it just really makes the movie less comprehensible because it never really made much sense to me anyway. When I watched it and it was fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, I can't say I know what the fuck's going on in this movie. Some sort of future bad with Mars good? Or where's Mars? I don't know if Mars is even in the next one because what happens is something else. Rather than leave Earth, they've somehow gone through it. Now, this I found significant. I thought it was odd because if you're going to have a whole different movie, because you're writing essentially a different movie now, and I don't think that's the normal way to make a new movie or a final version. I'm not sure. I know it's sort of close to what is done because it's a fucking movie and I saw it. Walter White is fucking the evil president there. If I had any doubts about Walter White getting involved with methamphetamines and a show, I never got to watch the show. But I did get a hat. It was a Heisenberg. My brother gave it to me. And then somebody took the hat. And they didn't give it back. I had to wrestle it back. And I lost it. You lost your brother's hat? And there it is. This hat had got it. And it was sort of something like it was my brother was telling me something. Now, my brother and me are the only two remaining members of a very exclusive brand of children's. We have my mom. I can say that now. I, you, and he have my mom's attention. She's not alive. And there's my stomach. If it was just that, it would be, you said what? Are you saying you calling your mother ghost? I do say she's a ghost. She's been busy, and she has been reported seen by somebody I know. It was the first time that occurred. That might have been the only time I needed to have this information. Because do you think she's somewhere that I don't know and I'm saying ghost? I'm saying ghost. I'm saying she's a ghost, but I don't know if I don't think she's out, not able to go to heaven. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying she's got a car there. I've been believing it. I don't know if it's the same car as I would think the first time, but I see her driving around in it because I see her when she comes in the car. It's a weird car, but I can't say I can look at it, but I can know that it's there. So what are we dealing with when we're doing stuff like that? I communicate to my mom who's dead. She arrives and communicates back. She does it today in the room with the TV, where Loretta Swit on TV. MASH. Oh yeah, it's gonna get weird. Why? Because you're gonna eat while you try to say? Maybe. She saw a dog get ran over. MASH is an old show. I really don't like it. It is possible to chew gum and run with scissors at the same time. It's just not smart. That's exactly what I'm doing here. Not only does Loretta Swit somehow have enough qualities, just my name, my mom's name. And I'm going to tell you why it's weird. For whatever reason, it compels me to do the thing that I do where I say I'm doing something and I know I'm doing something else at the same time. That would be me trying to say that I've led an imperfect life. I'm a sinner. I may have not been fully aware of something, and I'm on the way to that. Because that's exactly what's happening when I tell you. I'm telling you, and I'm letting it go forward like I'm actually talking to somebody right now. Now, maybe that's part of it. Maybe you need to really feel like you're telling somebody this story to make a video. That would be smart enough to write there. Just stop, call it the time, and make it a part of what is going on. I kind of want to do that, and I have to fight the resistance to do that. But I'm right at the edge where I know I have a little more step to take. And if it didn't happen to me, when I stopped this video, at the beginning of it to check the time. It did. It happened. And I'm not going to include that because there's no point. Unless I do, and then it does have a point. It's going to have an odd break in it. And when I looked at the time, it was 8:01, which is 1 minute past when I was supposed to have accomplished something. Now, I called many times the number, and every time it was already a busy signal. And that's weird because I had this last month. It seems like I went right to the lady that I was talking to, ordered the stuff, and not a problem. So obviously I found the problem is not the problem. It's sort of in the meal. It's part of what we're having for dinner. It's the tunnel that we're in. It's sort of ironic though, isn't it? It might be. To get to this place, when in the background everything stops, the machinery stops. There's a technical reason for it, and that's why I'm going to stop. But the reasons to build the bridge halfway to heaven, they're not yours to deny. They're not. If you have to build this bridge, you have it in a different form, and I know it because I see people do it all the time. The only thing I know different is where I'm different, and that takes my everything to get there. So trust me on this. It is one of those things. It's in this. See, ordering from this catalog, some of the items. Now these items appear to be very technically advanced because it's basic shit, but like, it has a directed focus. Why we can get it, and why there's a card with a certain amount of money. All important reasons. But the battle is being fought over better things and looking for the real what's going on. Because they have all these things sectioned out according to colors. And this is in the sides of the pages. They have all the colors there. You can look and see what it's assigned to, if it's something you need for this or that. So what? Oh wait, I'm going to tell you what. You get a direct message from color when your eyes open, and that message comes from God. Now maybe something's wrong with your brain, or maybe something's right. I can't say I see the same colors. It doesn't matter. I'm going to only be the eyes that see them. Now, when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking and having these epiphanies that are just lining up one by one, again and again and again, again and again, again and again. Oh God, what the hell? He just doesn't recognize that sounds are that, to me, they're crazily loud and abrupt when there's no sound or nothing. But then again, I should be making that for him, and he shouldn't be suffering from it. Well, that's where we're at. It does seem weird on me, but I can't seem to be able to but be shocked by a loud sound and then release. That's a gift. To be scared as hell like that, it didn't trouble him, which is not what I wanted to do, so that's a goal. I don't understand how I don't. But that's where I lose. I lose the war on that because it's not important, and I still think that it's somehow important. It's also the first place I'm able to let go and just let God do what He's doing with it, and He does it better than me. And I have a small sensation, boo-hoo. Well, I get two of those because I actually come up from the river, experiencing a lot of removal of anger energy by my mouth. My mouth is cussing. But it's using truth to base this in. I wish I was Superman. I wish I had the fucking legs of fucking... Please don't attack the environment for the simple thing you might need to do. That's a trap. There's nothing there that's not meant to be something it's there for. It is a real possibility. Because where I end up being in a very fast time is in a different form of space. That sounds crazy. It's because all the things turn on, and they're the things that connect you directly to like inside of your stomach. That's what happened to me. My stomach sounded off with, it basically talked. All I had to do was be like, okay, it's saying something, and get in that fucking lane. And then push the motherfuckers over all the way off the fucking map that was going to try to get in the way. Because that's all I really did. Because I can't physically do something like that at the same time as I have to metaphysically do it. Does that make sense? It might not. I'll go into my bathroom and I've got ghost school bus. Why? Because in my bathroom, I take a bath, I turn the lights off, and I activate the same emotional set. In that case, it's terror and some form of dealing with ghosts. Why? Because you're crazy? No, because there's Andrea Yates kids. There's a reason for that, and it's not my own reason. It's already been approved. So what happens then? This area that's normally just a bathroom becomes the origin of a something other that comes from it. Part of the tunnel. Why? Trust me. If you wanted to know every single answer to each question, it's because there's a reason you believe that's necessary. That's called your training wheels. There's all kinds of those. Some of them are easy, some of them are simple. Some of them don't even have to leave the bike. They stay on there forever. The person riding that sort of bike doesn't even know they're the emperor with no clothes. That might be a real thing. But in this process where it's children, there's a contract for a company that's taken migrant children that are flooding through the walls every single day and transferring them over to people. They make the list the same way as I do. Load up, they tell the kids, they go and they deliver the kids. This people, or this group of people, or the winner of the contract, has been admitted that they just background checked theirself. Oh yeah, that triggered me. I was like, oh, they made it a point to say that they were not background checked. They did that in the way that points right to Joseph fucking Biden is sending children to family. So it's not even what they're doing to kids. It's what they're attaching that to that is known to be evil against kids. Basically turning them into products for consumption and not doing their job. That crumbles him off the top. Joseph Biden is guilty of not being the president today. That's not even close to the statement. You think I don't get pissed off at the Joseph Biden person when I see him? I get real mad. But it's around the Pete Buttigieg individual where, oh, there's some form of government and I'm just gonna see it right there. Excuse me, Pete. Have your put my hand right through the screen with my mind, of course. Grab the wheel of that boat. That's a bridge. That appeared. That didn't appear for me. It did, but it did not. It also appeared for you.